Have you ever been tired of whisking eggs by hand? It's exhausting and still not evenly mixed? Today, I'm introducing a game changer, a DIY egg beater, compact, powerful, and 100% homemade. With just a few simple materials, a bit of creativity, and the secret tips I'm about to share, you'll have a trusty kitchen assistant that whips eggs to fluffy perfection in no time. Watch the full video to see how I turn this idea into reality, and try making one at home. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my next wild inventions. Let's get cracking. After cutting the paintbrush to the desired length, I need to carefully sand the cut surface to make it smooth and even. This not only helps improve the appearance, but also ensures there are no sharp edges or loose bristles that could affect the final result. To smooth the surface, you can use either a metal file or some sandpaper. Whatever you have on hand will work just fine. You can find paintbrushes at just about any local supermarket or repair shop, so getting one for this project is super convenient. At this point, I need to drill a hole into the cut end of the brush handle. This hole will be important for the next step, so try to keep it centered and neat. Now I'm going to use this flathead screw and carefully drive it into the hole I just drilled. Make sure it fits snugly and goes in straight for the best result. The next step is to use a saw to carefully cut off the head of the screw. This will leave me with just the threaded part, which I'll use in the next stage of the project. Curious what the screw is for? Stick around and you'll see. I've just completed the body of the DIY egg beater. Up next, I'm going to build a head. This is the part that actually does the mixing and makes your eggs turn out super fluffy and smooth, just like a pro mixer would. Carefully drill a hole in the center of the plastic bottle cap. This will be important for the next step. At this step, I'll carefully cut the plastic bottle in half. Be sure to use a sharp tool and cut evenly Take the upper section of the bottle and carefully cut it lengthwise into thin strips, like this. As you whip the eggs, these strips will create more agitation, helping the egg become fluffier and whip up much faster than usual. Make sure to cut the strips as finely as possible. The thinner the strips, the better they'll whip the eggs, resulting in a fluffier and smoother texture. Next, I'll carefully separate the bristles from the brush and attach the plastic bottle piece I previously cut. This will help create the whisking part of the egg beater. Using a step drill bit, carefully drill a hole that matches the size of the nut. So it fits snugly without wobbling. This nut will be used to firmly secure this part in place, and it also allows for easy attachment and removal of the other piece whenever needed. When I fasten the nut, the body is slightly loose, but that's not a problem. You can simply apply some glue to secure it firmly. Don't forget to share your own creative twists or any tips you have. Next, I'll take a bolt that fits perfectly with a nut and use it to secure the assembly onto the bottle cap. When you get to screwing it in, you'll find it's really easy and smooth to do. Next, I'm going to attach the head section to complete this part of the project. And that's it. I've completed my homemade egg beater, ready to whip up some fluffy eggs. Just to clarify, the screw I showed you earlier is going to be attached to the drill. It'll help power the egg beater. This DIY egg beater is not only convenient and inexpensive, but also perfect for making at home with simple materials. I hope you found this DIY egg beater helpful and fun to make. If you try it out, let me know how it worked for you in the comments below. Wow, look at how fluffy and smooth the eggs turned out. This DIY egg beater really works. It's fast and easy, and the texture is just perfect for baking or cooking. I'm super happy with the result. If you try making this at home, you'll love how well it whips the eggs. In this room, I've created something from razor-sharp utility blades. A homemade grinder, sharp and powerful, that crushes onions and garlic in the blink of an eye. No electricity, no complexity, just pure power from the blades. Want to know how I made it? Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and the secret is waiting for you to discover. You can easily find these utility blades at most hardware stores. But if you want to save some cost, you can also reuse old blades from broken cutters. Just make sure to clean them thoroughly to remove any dirt, rust, or leftover materials, so they're safe and sharp enough for the project. I've got 4 blades ready here. To make them more suitable for the grinder, I've cut off all the extra snap-off segments, leaving just a single segment on each blade. This way, they're more stable and safer to use. You can either reuse the leftover pieces for other projects or simply discard them. It's up to you. I'll use a long bolt to stack and secure all the blades together. So they stay firmly in place, I'll cut off the flat end of the bolt to make it fit better for this build. I'll mount the blades onto bolt and place a nut between each one. This creates a small gap between the blades, allowing them to spin and cut more effectively. Be very careful when attaching the blades. Utility blades are extremely sharp, and even a small slip can cause injury. Always handle them with caution, and make sure everything is securely tightened. Now, make sure to tighten the nut securely. This will hold the blades firmly in position and prevent them from wobbling or coming loose while the grinder is working. When positioning the blades, make sure to align them in the same direction so they cut properly. The sharp edges should all face the same way for the best cutting performance. Next, I'll take a plastic bottle and carefully cut off the bottom section. I'm just going to keep the bottom part of the bottle and carefully trim away the excess. Leaving a ring that's about 2 centimeters thick. This will serve as part of the grinder's housing. Now, drill a hole in the center of the bottle's bottom. The hole should be just wide enough to allow the blade assembly to pass through and fit snugly. I'll use a small glass jar as a grinder container. You can put onions, chili peppers, or pretty much any kind of fruit or vegetable you want to grind. Now, place the trim bottom part of the bottle over the mouth of the glass jar. This acts as a cover to prevent the fruits or vegetables inside from flying out while grinding. Now, I'll connect the whole assembly to the drill, and just like that, the homemade grinder is complete and ready to use. I've got some carrots, onions, and chili peppers ready. Now, I'm going to get a test run and see how well the homemade grinder performs. As I start the drill, the blades spin rapidly, creating a powerful vortex inside the jar. Next, the onions begin to break apart. The layers separate easily under the sharp blades, turning into soft, fine pieces. The moisture inside the onions releases slightly as they're chopped, helping the mixture stay evenly textured. The strong smell of fresh onions starts to fill the air. Then, the chili peppers enter the mix. The soft skin and seeds are no match for the fast-spinning blades. In just moments, the peppers are minced into tiny pieces, blending perfectly with the carrots and onions. The vibrant red color from the chilies mixes beautifully with the orange and white, creating a colorful, well-blended mixture. The carrots, being the hardest, are the first to face the blades. Their firm and crunchy texture makes a distinct slicing sound as each piece gets chopped into thin, even slices. You can see the bright orange bits flying around, getting smaller and smaller with every spin. After just a few seconds of spinning, everything inside is finely chopped and evenly mixed. The result is a perfect mixture, ready to use for cooking, making sauces, or adding directly to your favorite dishes.